Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Stryfium, and welcome back to another Misfits Racing League highlights video. This time around, we are back in Hanoi for the Vietnam Grand Prix. Round 3 action from Season 3. It is your Tier 1 MRL racers. We hope you enjoy the few highlights that we picked out. Remco Van Putten on pole position with his teammate starting next to him. It's a Renault front row lockout here ahead of this Grand Prix. Biddo is in third, Freeware in fourth, rounding off that second row. And they were looking quite quick in quali as well, with Brainstew in 5th, Shenjay 6th, Nigel in 7th, Yoda in 8th, John in 9th, and Neon Rays rounding off your top 10.
Yeah, we aren't here to talk about Tier 2, it's Tier 1. The 5 red lights are out. We wait for the timing glitch that is so accustomed to these league races, and the drivers are away. Looks like a pretty decent start from both Renaults. Actually, they say that Alex Biddo gets a mega start in the Ferrari, heading down into turn 1, but it looks like Fraser and Van Putten will squeeze out the Ferrari. There's a little bit of contact further down the grid. I saw an end plate flying off. There's a Haas of Hennes has been spun around as well. That's very unfortunate for the Haas driver. But otherwise, it seems to be pretty clean. I'm currently looking at Yoda down in P7, as there's just cars all over the place going down this first straight as they make their way into Sector 2 for the first time.
Extremely tight through this Sector 2 section, especially through this straight into roundabout, back into straight section where a lot of these drivers struggle.
King and Neon Rays side by side coming out of turn 9. They both have that overtake mode on, but looks like Jean is giving a slipstream more to the Williams than the Racing Point. Oh, they're still side by side using basically all of that battery trying to get an edge. The Williams will have the inside as Chenjay will make the move with his teammate, and there's a massive collision at the hairpin. That's Alex Biddo going straight into the wall. Chenjay will pick up a 5 seconds for that accident. Not quite sure what happened between those two.
Now it's Zamis on the rear, and Wavy with a big front right lock up there in 15th, almost into the rear of that Red Bull in 14th, but Biddo is leading in 13th ahead of that Red Bull and Racing Point, and there's a train all up and down this grid, as I'm sure we'll see throughout this
Neon
race.
Rays is out.
Oh no, the reserve of Neon Rays out of this race. And he is into the wall outside of that Sector 3S section, and that is a safety car deployed. And now Henners has absolutely lucked out here, as has Shenjay, Custom, and Hyper, all of them getting into that pit lane after that crash for the Racing Point. So, Neon Rays, very unfortunate from him.
Looks like the safety car is now making its way into the pit lane, so it'll be up to...
Oh, and there's a big spin, and that's Fraser on the rear of Remco Van Putten on the safety car restart. He is off, and he has dropped on down through this grid, and there goes the Renault 1-2, and you hate to see it, folks, but that's Nigel into second position, and we are off. Green flag racing here on lap 5. Remco Van Putten leading this race down into turn 1. Nigel in second, and that's Freeware in third, and that is not good news for the Renault at all. Rackety. Looks like Alex going for a move on the McLaren down into the hairpin, Mikal. They are wheel to wheel coming down that long straight. That's the Ferrari on the inside in that hairpin. What kind of exit are these racers going to have? That is the Ferrari with a smooth move into 8th position. Come second and first in the past 2 rounds respectively. Hyper looking to defend into turn 1. That is wheel-to-wheel action coming through, and that is the AlphaTauri on the inside. Is there going to be any kind of traction for that Ferrari coming out? There's been a slight tap. They are both off. That's Hyper onto the inside wall, and he has crashed. Henner's into 12th position, and Shenjay has come into him now, and there's contact between the two.
Focus on the Renault in front, but he's using all of that battery. Which way is he going to go? He's going to go to the left-hand side. Take that racing line, and that's a very clean pass on the Renault. And Freeware just waiting for one of these drivers to make a mistake to capitalize on.
And
the
Yoda,
Scuderia Ferrari driver.
Yoda fighting right now with Wavy. Yoda got ahead into 8th position, but now Wavy struggling here on these hards at the moment.
Another battle going on is this fight for P2. Looks like Shenjay getting that DRS has made the move past the Haas of Aphrodite point.
Meanwhile, Yoda finally caught up with Henners as they come into the hairpin. It's wheel to wheel. Yoda on the outside. Henners cutting and hugging in that inside turn there very well.
Zamis getting ever closer to that pack as we have 11 laps to go in this Vietnamese Grand Prix. And it looks like Alex Biddo Just 2/10 behind the AlphaTauri again. Not quite close enough to make a dive on this occasion into turn 6, but I think all these drivers have learned their lesson to wait until the hairpin of turn 11 to really make that move. Yeah, but enough about tire talk. Freeware still 2/10 behind Yoda. He's a bit closer than he was the last few occasions. DRS using all of that battery that he has left at his disposal. And he will make that move stick on the McLaren heading into turn 11.
Freeware and Yoda both into the pit lane. And Rackety has stayed out, so he's going to be going 8 laps now on those softs as Yoda, I think, maybe got the call to undercut him as he saw Freeware come in. And now Yoda's getting onto those soft compound tires, as is Freeware. And that's Astrolated into the pit lane as well.
Yes, the grid's starting to spread out just a little bit. Still have that fight going on in the mid-pack. Oh, but that's a spin. That's Nigel at turn 2. He's spun around into the wall.
Meanwhile,
And Nigel's
King.
been disqualified for blocking the pit lane.
Oh dear, and meanwhile, that's King into 5th position, getting out in front of Fraser. Nigel, that DSQ, not going to be happy about that, is the Alfa Romeo. As Alex Bido has caught up with Fraser already here, Mikau, and he is looking mighty quick in this Scarlet Red Ferrari. Overtake enabled now.
He's getting it done before the DRS zone. So he'll have that DRS as well to try and slingshot him towards the Williams ahead of him. Just 1.1 seconds between the drivers in 5th and 6th. In the 2 McLarens and the Renault of Fraser. Fraser dropping down the order. But Alex Bido is on 0% battery, trying to make his way past the Williams. S-King going semi-defensive into the hairpin. So the Ferrari can't make the move on this occasion. That a few couple kilometers an hour. And he's closer this time, Struff. He might be able to make the move done this time.
Well, he is, and it's very important because Freeware is gaining on these two as well. And he is on some fresher compound tires, and if Bido doesn't make this move right here, and here it is, overtake and DRS enabled, he gets out in front, that front wing on that inside. Freeware very close to the rear of the Williams and King as well. Bido, though, into 4th position as he looks to finish this race there. I think at this point is the best option. Shenjay in 3rd right now. Brainstew in 2nd and Remco Van Putten in 1st, leading by 10.9 seconds. Of course, the penalties are going to play a role here, but that is going to be Remco Van Putten taking the win here for the Tier 1 Vietnam Grand Prix. And what a superlative drive from him as Shenjay crosses the line in 2nd. And now it's going to be the Mercedes of Brainstew crossing 3rd here, and now Freeware crossing the line. It's going to be a 4th position finish for him. King, what's it going to be between him and Bido? King crosses 5th, but Bido jumps him on penalties, and the Ferrari is into the top 5 as Yoda now looks to round the final turn. There's some debris coming off of the walls there as these drivers struggle through 22 and 23. Yoda crosses in 7th, his teammate right behind him in 8th, and it's a 7-8 for McLaren, and Astrolated now rounding through 23. Crossing in 9th, and that is Jean right behind him. And we see a multitude of penalties get adjusted here, and that is going to be Astrolated in 9th and Zamis taking home the final point here in this one, with Jean, who crossed ahead of that Red Bull, going to be dropped into 11th. He wants to do
I think he's going to try and end the race in style.
He's over the Vietnam GP. Doing some donuts. All right, we'll take the donuts. And that, ladies and gentlemen,
you don't do that every day.
Well, I think he's doing it for his teammate, if I'm being honest. That is the Renault celebration, of course, on behalf of his teammate. It is a Renault win here in Vietnam, and I'm sure all the fans are happy. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the racing action, and if you did, make sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing for more great racing. Of course, you can check us out on Twitch. Every Thursday we have Racing Then, and we're going to have a lot more coming to you soon. Twitter, where you can find all of our updates, and Discord if you're interested in becoming a part of the Misfits community. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.